this week, I wanted to just kind of challenge ourselves just a little bit. So it's nothing, again, not too crazy while we're at home and can't really cue you and add some little tweaks as you need it, but definitely to bring ourselves more into our core and that sense of our own strength. And I think through everything that's been going on these days, I think it's really important that we remember, instead of relying on what the world is saying is okay to do and this is what's expected, it's also remembering that we have that own personal power within ourselves and our strength that is always with us, even on the days where it feels like we just don't have the gumption to get up and get moving. We have that strength, we have the support within us to fuel us, to support us, to empower us. And so tonight we're going to really connect. We're going to connect with that, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's for just a little bit of time, but just coming into that present moment with that. Okay, so finding yourself in a comfortable position. So again, you want to sit on a block or a pillow. If you're comfortable sitting in lotus, cool, great, awesome. Please do that. Now, I invite you to just bring your hands here on your belly or even under your rib cage, whatever's comfortable for you. Or maybe you want to do one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest, whatever good. And just allowing your gaze to either just soften and just look at a spot on the floor in front of you, or maybe just completely closing your eyes. Whether we are in a safe place, a state of peace and a state of relaxation. Just allowing yourself to connect with the sit bones, bringing yourself evenly on both the left and the right sides. And then allowing the back of the head to just align with the back of the pelvis, the sacrum, with the lower back. And you may find that in doing that, your nose aligns with your navel as our spine elongates and reaches up. And as you do that, I invite you to just naturally allow your awareness to come into just the organic process and movement of your breath. We're just noticing it here. Bringing our awareness from everything that's going on around us, just bringing it right into the midline, into the rise and fall of the belly, the movement through the ribs, and the ebb and flow of your chest. As you inhale, and oh so gently and absolutely completely exhale. I invite you to deepen that awareness by counting. Just counting your inhale for how long it lasts. Counting your exhale. And the number does not matter. It's just another layer to focus your awareness. As you come into that exhale, allowing it to slow down and connect even deeper into the belly, into that area around the navel. As you come into that exhale and gently contracting and pulling that navel all the way into the back to completely empty the lungs. Maybe there's a bit of a sigh through your mouth. Now we're going to inhale, letting that soften, letting that open through the belly, through the ribs, through the chest. As you invite that full inhale. And then coming to that place of exhale, releasing, emptying, and engaging at the same time through that core, around that belly button. But still keeping the spine long. And now inhale. And exhale. Connecting with your core. Taking 2 more breaths at your own pace. Bringing that awareness into that full and complete exhale. And that breath, just come back to its natural, dynamic process. Gently, if your eyes are closed, just open them and keeping the gaze soft and low. Bring your hands onto your knees and allowing your knees to come up so your feet are flat in front of you. And if you are sitting on block or bolster or pillow, just allowing that to move off to the side. And we're gently going to bring our hands behind our thighs and rolling down onto our back. So at this point, you don't need to see me. I'm just going to talk you through our opening warm-up. So allowing yourself to come completely down onto your back. Maybe lengthening the right leg and the left leg through the hips, one at a time, just slowly and gently. And now inviting your feet to come back flat on the mat as you bend the knees, and then gently bringing the knees in towards the chest and keeping your hands either on the front of the knees or on the top of the knees. Keeping the head relaxed down on the mat. The back is long on the mat. And using your hands on your knees just to gently make slow, small circles to begin with your knees in a clockwise direction. Bringing them up towards the right armpit, around the chest, down the left. And just slowly moving those knees, those hips, maybe making your circles a little bigger. But remember, we practice ahimsa, do no harm, listening to our bodies and the information and feedback they're giving us today. And as you come back to center, holding that here, taking an inhale, and a gentle exhale, and moving your hips, your knees in that opposite direction. So inhaling as you go counterclockwise, exhaling as you come up on the other side. So moving to the right, coming back up to the left side. Again, starting with smaller circles and maybe gently progressing to something a bit bigger. But staying slow and mindful. It's not a competition, there's no race. But asking your body for feedback. How are you doing today? How are my hips feeling? How's my breath feeling? What's happening in my core? Allowing the mind to settle into the body, into this present moment. Coming around one more time and settling again at center with your knees towards your chest. And very gently allowing that left leg to extend long on your mat. Or maybe you want to keep it bent, whatever works for your body tonight. But allowing that right knee to stay connected in towards the chest, holding it in with the hands, clasping the front of the shin. And gently we're going to move that right leg in towards the midline and then gently moving it out towards your shoulder. And using the hands to facilitate this movement as you move into the midline, exhale it out to the armpit. In and move it out. Gently one more time, moving that into your midline. Bring it out towards your armpit and settling it in towards your chest again. Now very gently holding that leg in, that right leg in, we're going to bend the right foot, keeping the back long on the mat and crossing that right ankle over the left knee, coming into your figure four. Keeping the back long on the mat, shoulders are down, chest is open. Shins reaching towards the sky and using that right hand on the inside of the right thigh to gently, gently encourage a bit of hip opening. And now to take this to the next level, you can lift the left leg up, grasping through and grabbing behind the thigh. Or you're welcome to take that all the way up and add that into a hamstring stretch. So the left leg is extended long. That right foot is still flexed and crossing the left knee. So we have a hip opener here as well as a hamstring stretch. But if you want to keep this here, totally fine. Keeping the foot down and the knee bent. Or you can bring that foot up and reach behind the thigh. Or play with extending that left leg long. Inhale, slowly exhale. And now gently we're going to bring that left leg, that left foot all the way down onto the mat. We're going to keep the right leg the right ankle crossed over the left knee. But we're gently going to twist towards the left side so that the right foot comes down. Okay, maybe that right shoulder comes up, but try to realign it so that it's down. And that left leg is now bent and backwards, or you could keep it long if you like. As you just take this twist towards the left, but the right leg crossed over the left leg. Now gently using your hands, we're going to come back up onto our backs, uncross those legs, gently bring the knees in. We rock them side to side. And now we're going to take the left leg in towards the chest, bringing the right foot down. We're extending it long, whatever works for your body tonight. We're going to take that left leg out towards the armpit, in towards the midline. Inhale towards the armpit. Exhale towards the midline. Okay. Bring that piece. Good. Bring it back. Holding it here at center. Then we're going to take that right leg, bending it. Right foot comes flat, knee is bent, and then we're going to cross that left foot over the right knee into your figure four, using that left hand on the inside of the thigh if you want. Relaxing through the chest, through the upper back. Now again, you can deepen this by lifting that right foot up, holding behind the thigh, and take it to the next level by adding in a hamstring stretch, by extending that right leg long. Still allowing this left hip to open. So it's not coming in. I'm going to actually give it some help to keep it in an open state. Exhale it out. Inhale, bending that right leg, bring it back down to the mat. Now we're going to take this and twist to the right, so keeping that left ankle crossed on the right knee. Rotating over to the right side so that left foot comes down. The left leg may naturally keep bent, or you can extend it long. Just allowing that twist to happen in whatever way is comfortable for you. If this is too much in through your knees, you maybe just uncross the legs and come into just our basic twist with the knees stacked on top of one another. Whatever works for you. Exhale it out. Now inhaling, use the hands, bring yourself back up to center, uncrossing the legs, coming through, just bringing those knees in for a nice squeeze. And now rolling over onto the right side of your body. Okay, and coming up so that we're in a tabletop, and I want our knees together, okay? And we're gonna come into a hero's pose. Now, if you have your block or something similar to that, if this is too much to sit like this, then you're welcome to put anything here, a towel, a blanket, hold up pillow, anything like that. As we are going to come into some arm shoulder opening. So we're gonna bring our arms out nice and wide and long. Exhale it out. Our right arm is gonna come in first. The left arm is gonna come underneath, and you can either bring this with your hands on your shoulders, you can bring this at your backs of your hands are together, or you can cross it so that your palms are actually in a clasp, okay? Coming from here, and we're gonna inhale to lift it up, exhale to bring it down. Inhale to lift it up, exhale to bring it down. Now inhale, we're just gonna hold this. Exhale it out. One more inhale. As you exhale, wind it out. And then we're gonna bring those shoulders round and up and through. Just countering the movements of the day, our posture of the day. We stay forward fold in so many positions. And now we're going to take this in the opposite way. So bring the arms out wide. Left arm comes in, right arm comes under. Again, coming through the shoulders for a hug. Backs of the hands together, or bringing the hands, palms to touch. So inhale, exhale it out. Feeling this movement through the middle of the spine, around the shoulder blades. Holding it here, exhale it out. Inhale. And as you exhale, untangling those arms, coming up wide again. I'm going to take those shoulders, shrugging them all the way up, arms are long. Shrug it all the way down, holding it down, getting long through that neck, open through the shoulders and the chest. Inhale, exhale it out. And one more time. Exhale, let it down, hold there. Now we're going to come forward into our hands and coming into our yoga toes. So tucking the toes under, okay? This may be enough of the yoga toes for you tonight. You may want to bring it up a little further, or this may be enough. Finding what works for you, okay? This is a pose where we feel the sensation into the bottoms of our feet. This is actually where our core begins. This is where the fascia in our body starts. And God only knows when we wear crazy shoes, it's hard enough fascia in our feet. So holding this here for one more breath in. Exhale it out. We're going to come forward onto our hands. Tap, tap, tap it out. Just keep tapping. But again, coming into our wrists, allowing your hands to rotate so the fingertip, the pinkies are closer. And we're just going to rock that back. Maybe come forward, rock it back, but holding it there to feel the lengthening through this inside line and through the wrists, because we spend so much time like this. Inhale, coming out. We're going to take that one more time into yoga toes. So finding that, curling the toes under, and again, finding what works for you. So if that's here tonight, awesome. Maybe you can work yourself up, and coming all the way up, okay? This takes practice, but your feet do love you for it eventually. Eventually. Exhale it out. And coming forward. This time we're going to take it back of the hands down so the thumbs are close and we don't lean too far back with this, but just enough. And just being here may be enough to feel that stretch, the lengthening through the tops of the forearms. Your elbows kind of do funky things here, it's okay. And now we're going to flip, bring those hands flat down. Okay, we're going to gently come into our first down dog of the night. So I'm going to turn this way. So again, tucking those toes, pressing in with the hands. We have wrist, elbows, shoulders in a nice line here. Okay, so we're not too far out, and making sure our shoulders and our wrists are in line. But depending on what's going on with your shoulders, you may need a wider stance here with your shoulders, so pay attention to that too. We're going to press in with the hands, in with the toes, pressing back and coming into walking the dog. So this is my right leg, bending, straight, moving into the right, into the left, keeping this core engaged, okay? Always tucking in with that belly button. Now we're going to bring one more time, lengthening to the left, and now bending both knees, bend in and extend it up. Exhale. Inhale, bring it in. Actually, do the opposite. Inhale to the long. Exhale, bring the knees in. Inhale, lift through the tailbone. Reaching the heels down. Whether they get there or not doesn't matter, but just lengthening through that back body. Pressing, hands are wide, fingers are wide. Pressing down. Lengthening through. Continue with that knee bend as much as you like, or even walking the dog as much as you like. Using that always as an option in any down dog that we do tonight. Exhale it out. And now as you inhale, looking forward to the front of your mat. Exhale it out. And we're slowly going to walk our feet to meet our hands and lifting into your halfway lift. Okay? Coming here. Exhale it out. Inhale to come up. Exhale it out. Just letting that warm up to the lower back. Exhale it out. One more time, coming into that halfway lift. Engaging through this belly button. This is nice. Contracted. Long to that back. The crown of the head is reaching to the front of your mat. Your hands are here, but they're not like holding. Okay? They're nice. Open through the chest. Shoulders are down and back. Long through the back of the body. Knees are soft, low. Exhale it out. Now we're going to take those hands, bend at the knees, inhale, and coming all the way up, all the way up, all the way, all the way up, reaching up through the hands, pressing down through the feet. Breathing here. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, bring the hands down and through into your heart center. Awesome job. So we're going to come first into, we're going to do two sun salutations. Adopt them as you need. I will talk you through a few, but we're going to find that foot to core balance first. So coming into the heels, we're going to press down into the big toe mound. So your toes are wide. Pressing down into the big toe mound, then into the pinky toe mound. Okay? Letting the toes come down one at a time. They should be a little open. We call that monkey toes, if you can squeeze. Inside of the heel and outside of the heel. And feeling that strength and that power, that connection that starts in the feet and then travels up and into our core. So connecting through here from the feet all the way up through the pelvis and all the way up to the crown of the head. Long shoulders, down and back. Engaged through the thighs. Engaged here through the outer parts of the thighs. Belly button, shoulders, chest, nice and long and tall through the top of the body. Maybe take a moment here to just close your eyes and breathe. Now we're going to take this through 2 rounds of sun salutations. So bring your hands together, bending at the knees. Inhale, coming up nice and long and tall, reach. Now exhale, coming forward, fold, 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 fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, bringing your hands down. Now stepping back into your plank. So maybe that's here, maybe that's here. It's totally up to you. Just keeping those wrists, elbows, shoulders in line. Lowering down onto the belly or your chaturanga, if that's for you tonight. Inhale to come into your baby back bend or up dog. Exhale to lower it down. Curl the toes under and press into your down dog. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale it out. One more time. Inhale. And as you exhale, look into the front of your mat. Exhale it out. Inhale to start walking, coming into your halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale into the forward fold. Inhale, bending at the knees, reaching all the way up. Exhale, bringing it down through your heart center. Let's do that one more time. Good warm up. Inhale, bending at the knees, reach, 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 pressing down into the feet, connecting. Exhale, coming through, down into your forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, coming down into your plank. So remember, knees down or all the way up. You can come from here, lowering the knees down. Inhale, exhale, lowering down to your chaturanga. Flipping the toes, coming into your up dog, or just staying the legs down into your cobra, or even sphinx. Exhale, lower it down. And coming through one more time, down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Excellent work, ladies. Exhale it up. Now this time, inhale. As you exhale, looking forward, bringing the weight. Okay, so this is my left leg. The weight is going to go into my right leg. So I'm going to lift the left leg up. And I'm going to bring it through towards my left hand. And I'm going to bring this right knee down. So I'm in my low lunge. So if you need something underneath that back knee, please take it. So from here, with our hands on either side, we're going to come into low lunge, but then moving in and out into half Padanasana, which is half split. Don't freak out yet. So your hands can be here for this. They can be here, they can be here, okay? They can be up. So it's whatever works for you as I'm trying to adjust myself so you can see me well here. So Either way, coming up, whether it's here or here, your back is active. We're just gonna reach up with the hands, inhale it up. And as you exhale, we're gonna bring the hands down to frame that foot and move it back, okay? Inhale to come into that low lunge. Exhale to come through into your half split. Inhale to come up. Exhale to move it back. Staying connected in through this core always. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale, bring it down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Now here we're going to stay for a little bit. So you can keep your hands close to you over here. Again, if you have blocks that you think it'd be better for this for you to be up, please feel free to go grab that now if you need it. Okay. But from here, we're going to do with this front foot again. This is my left leg. Pressing down with that foot, bringing it back. Press down, staying engaged through this core. Okay, keeping that belly button in. Still breathing. Holding it here, and now bringing it up. And now taking this, coming from the hip though, I'm going to rotate this left leg in towards the midline. Exhale it out laterally. Inhale to the midline. Exhale, let it rotate out. Staying within what is in a good range of motion for you. Safety first, stability, then we broaden our range of motion. One more time, midline. Taking it out laterally, and now bring it back to center. Now we're going to press that heel into the mat, and at the same time, press it away, like you're trying to push away your mat. So it's not actually going to move, it's more of an isometric, but this is activating in through our hamstring. So pressing down and pushing away. Now release that. Maybe come out a little bit just to give it a little bit of freedom of movement. Coming back into this half split, press down, and now it's like you're pulling it towards you. We're not actually bending, a big bend in the knee, but the knee is soft. And again, just a different way to activate through our hamstrings. Our hamstrings tend to be overstretched, which means they're not exactly strong. And that, again, then leads into like low back pain, can actually traverse all the way up into the spine, even into headaches. Cause a lot of pelvic issues as well. Okay. So releasing that, coming forward and back, just giving it a little bit of a break. And now from here, we're going to bring that left hand inside. So both hands are inside. We're going to tuck this back toe under. Now, if this works for you, you can just move this back, coming into tabletop and press into down dog. Or you can take this from here, come up on that back leg, and then come into down dog. But then we're going to lift it into three-legged dog. So again, finding that level of that raised leg that works for you. You don't need to be all bent out of shape. You still want to keep the integrity of your down dog. And again, that back heel doesn't necessarily go down, okay? But holding this up, connecting through that core. Inhale, and now we're going to bring that left knee, or that raised legs knee, towards the same side's elbow. And we're going to press it back. Now we're going to cross it over to the opposite elbow. And we're going to bring it back. Now I'm going to invite you to bend that raised knee. And now rotate it open. So if it's your left leg, now I ask you, look under the right armpit and see if you can see your left foot. If you can, great. If you can't, great. It's all good. This is round the world. Inhale, take that leg up nice and long behind you. Bringing it back down into your down dog. Coming down onto your knees into tabletop. Press it back into child's pose. Excellent work. Holding this here, and now bringing your hands to come behind you, okay, to give them a break. Kind of shrug the shoulders down. Maybe you're going to grab your feet. Or maybe even bringing your hands to rest on your lower back as you keep your forehead down. Opening through, relaxing. And realizing we have the other side to do. Exhale it out. And now coming up and through into your tabletop. And we're going to do a bit of a cat-cow. So inhale into our cow. Exhale, still staying connected in through that core. Inhale, let it come down. Exhale, connecting it through, pressing away with the hands. Inhale it up. Exhale, and coming into your flat back tabletop, tucking the toes under, come up into your down dog. Now, it was our left leg that was forward before, so now we're going to move into the right leg, is what's going to raise up. We're going to move it to come forward to the right hand. Let the left knee come down, whatever the opposite leg was for you, as we come into that low lunge pose. And again, making sure if you need anything underneath that back knee, please, 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 please use it. So coming up into our upright position for our low lunge. And again, recognizing whatever type of arms you want to use, just stay long and strong into your back. We're not arching, okay? So whether it's here, or you want to take the full expression with your arms up, inhale, and only allowing the neck to come back, just so we're looking where the wall and the ceiling meet. Exhale, bring the hands down, pressing back into your half split. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come up. Watching that front knee stays behind the toes. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, come back down. One more time up. Inhale, good. Good connection through that core as you move through. And now holding this here again. Any props that you might need to help you hold your hands up, please feel free to do that. Now we're going to just press through that foot and bring it back. Press through that foot, bring it back, bring that motion, some love into those ankles. And now bringing it up, toes flexed, rotating towards the midline with the toes, coming out of the hip, and now rotating away from the midline, okay? Towards the midline, away from the midline. And just feeling that kind of gentle range of motion, just moving. It's really subtle. They're not big movements in through the hip. But I don't know about you, it feels good. It's isolated more than like the bigger gross movements that we use when we do internal and external rotation. Okay, now coming back up to center, pressing that heel down, and now moving and pressing the heel towards the front of your mat, feeling that engagement in through your hamstring. Staying with that breath, the connection on your exhale with that core. Now releasing that, maybe come through just a little bit just to give it a little bit of range of motion through that lengthening. Now pressing in with the heel again, but moving. The intention is that it's coming towards you. And just notice how that feels different, or maybe it feels the same, into your hamstring. Inhale, stay with that breath. Exhale it out. Now let that let go. Come forward, just give it a little bit of movement there. And as we come forward again, bringing those hands to the inside. And now choosing how you want to move into your down dog to move into three-legged dog. So you can just bring that leg back, come from tabletop and come up. Or you can come from here, tuck the toes, and push yourself all the way up into your three-legged dog. But we're meeting here in our three-legged dog. Holding this here, and I'm finding that length that works for you. It's here, all good, all good. But pressing with the hands, engaging through that core, always to the core, pressing down in that standing leg. Inhale, exhale it out. Now we're going to inhale and bring the knee to the same elbow. Lengthen it up. Bring the knee to the opposite elbow. Lengthen it up. And now Bending that knee, opening through the hip, and looking under that armpit. So for me, that's my left. And see if you can see the right foot. Exhale it out. Inhale, bring that leg up nice and long and strong. Exhale, bring it back into your down dog. Inhale, bring your knees down. Exhale, press your hips back. And lower down into your child's pose, keeping your arms nice and long in this pose right now. Exhale it out if you can. Bring your forehead to the floor, close. Walking your hands over to the right side, lengthening out to that right side of the body. Exhale. Inhale, walking it over to the left side. Oh, exhale it out. Awesome. Now walking it back to center. Coming up into your tabletop. Curling the toes under. Press up. We're just going to take 2 breaths here to down dog before we move through back to the front of our mat. Exhale it out. One more inhale. Exhale, looking to the front of your mat. And as you inhale, slowly walking the feet forward and moving into your halfway lift here. Exhale, moving it forward, bringing your chest towards the tops of your thighs, but keeping the knees soft, remember, okay? And then we're going to inhale, bending at the knees very generously and lifting all the way up into your Tadasana. Bring the hands round and back and down. If you need a glass of water right now, a sip of water, please feel free to do that. Right about now, we're going to move into standing postures. So if you want to use a strap for these tonight, please feel free to do so, or you're more than welcome to just use your knee. Always knowing walls are a prop and are welcome to use. So depending on how your balance is feeling tonight, please use whatever you need, okay? So we're going to start through into finding the core and stability in that right leg. Finding that foot to core balance, so 4 corners of the foot, grounding down in there, feeling that strength through the outside and inside lines, okay? All the way into the core. So left leg, we're just gonna take this. We're gonna come into our tree pose. So kicking it off to the side, this is totally tree pose. If you wanna bring this into another expression, wherever this is on your leg, realizing that you are using 2 opposite forces to maintain the stability. So my right leg is moving towards the left, and the left foot is pressing into the right. Both legs are active. And I'm also pressing down and into the mat with my right leg. Big toe is in, active through the arch, active through the core, shoulders are down and back. Using the wall if you want to, but finding one spot on the floor to just hold your focus. Hands can be on your waist, at prayer, or all the way up. It's your tree. Exhale it out. One more inhale, full deep expression, reaching whatever your arms are doing. Exhale, bring your arms to the waist. With control, we're bringing that left knee forward and just stepping it down. We're just gonna find that shaky shake, shake, because that right leg did a lot of work, and it's not done. So we're coming back into that right leg as we finish the standing postures on this side. Our next pose is Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, which is basically we're gonna stand on one leg and grab the foot on the other leg. Or the knee, whatever works for you. So finding that strength and stability in that right leg, okay? Both sides again, pressing down 4 corners of the foot. And coming into the knee, I'm gonna go sideways, the left knee, okay? So this may be enough for you tonight to do this. You may wanna use a strap. Sometimes that's good, okay? Whatever works for you. If the full expression to grab the toe is available to you, fantastic. but keep the shoulders up. We aren't rolling forward here, but we're holding through here. Finding that breath, staying connected through that core. 2 more here. Using a chair or the wall if you want as your balance to support you, fantastic, but stay connected. Exhale it out, and now gently rotate that out. Whether you have a strap, whether it's just on your foot, whether you are going to play with it and extend it out long, but keep the foot flexed. Now you're going to slowly move it forward, control. Now we're going to step this leg back about 3 feet, okay, onto the floor. And it's like we're on railroad tracks, so we're not in line behind each other with the feet, but wide, but only about 3 feet. And so what we're going to do here is just come into our pyramid pose. So our hands, you can clasp opposite elbows, or if you like, you can bring it into reverse prayer. So bringing the palms together behind you. Okay, but we're going to come nice and tall and long through our back. And we're slowly just going to bring this forward. Now, if this becomes too much, then shorten your stance. Okay, bring the back leg in. But we're just going to bring this for now into like a halfway lift pose. So our back is nice and long. Crown of the head is reaching to front of the mat, and your gaze is down towards the mat. And this core is engaged. Holding that in. Exhale it out. And now slowly, if it's available to you, you can begin to start moving on your exhales, the chest towards the top of the thighs, which in turn is going to bring the crown of your head to begin reaching towards your mat. And your gaze is going to come to be above your legs, your knee. And your shoulders are back, your elbows are wide. Feet are pressing away from one another, but the insides of the thighs are actually magnetizing towards each other. And that core is beautifully active and strong and supportive. Inhale, exhale it out. As you inhale, wherever your arms are, letting them rest and come apart, and just coming to rest in your hips, on your waist. And now we're going to bring those hands to frame that front foot. We're going to walk so that our feet actually turn, so that they're facing the long side of our mat, and we're in a wide-legged forward fold. So maybe your hands come down to the mat. Maybe it's okay for you to have your hands just here on your thighs, whatever works for you. Either way, if your knees need to be bent, making that concession. So inhaling, exhaling again, moving that chest to come between the space, keeping the hands, the fingers wide, lengthening through that back body. But the other big concession is that the weight is on the outside of our toes, on the pinky toe side, so we're not collapsing through the insides of the ankles. So we're actually, more of the weight is on the outside of the foot, but we're still pressing on all 4 corners. Exhale it out. I'm going to inhale and gently move over to that left foot and lean into that leg, still keeping that engagement through the feet, through the core. Exhale it out. Inhale, walking back through center. We're going to bring it back along through to that right leg, or standing leg that we began with. Exhale it out. And now we're going to take those hands, bringing them to the inside, but we're going to walk so we come again to the long side of our mat. So we're on the toes of our left foot, hands on the inside of the right foot. But we're going to bring that right leg back to come into plank. So again, your plank may be knees down, or your plank may be full plank, knees up. So we're going to hold this here. Wrist, elbow, shoulders are in line. Belly button is engaged, okay? And we're not like here, but here. And pulling up and through the back, to the back of the chest, back of the heart, engaging through that core. Our knees are active, thighs are active, heels are pushing away. Now gently holding here, allowing that left hand to reach out, walk it along the floor, maybe lift it, maybe it's only a little bit, bring it back down. Walk the left hand out, the right hand out, sorry, the opposite hand, lift it up, bring it back down, Come down to the knees, press it back into child's pose. Exhale it out. Good work. Oh my God, that was good work. So awesome. Exhale it out. Now coming through your tabletop, curling the toes under, press into down dog, taking just a couple breaths here. We transition back into standing. We're going to inhale, exhale it out, looking to the front, gently walking the feet to meet the hands as you come into your halfway lift. Exhale to move it forward, softening the knees. Now inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale it down. And now finding that length and strength in our left leg, as we come into our balance poses on this side. Recognizing that one side is going to be different than the other, or maybe it is going to be the same, but just being completely okay with it. Radical acceptance. So finding that foot to core engagement on the inside and the outside lines, tenting, kind of kickstanding that right foot, right hip out to the side, and again, finding what works for you. So if it's here, if you bring it all the way up, you will notice, if you're watching, this hip for me just does not come through. So for me, this is my tree pose, but I'm still active, bringing the energy this way as well as bringing the energy. I'm not hanging out in this hip, okay? Moving it, both energies in together to stay strong and stable, and pressing down into that standing leg. And again, finding your arms, whatever that is for you. If you come out, great tree sway. You're a great tree. Inhale, nice and long, full expression. Wobble, wobble. Bringing the hands down, bringing the knee forward, and step it down, control. Awesome. Now coming into our Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. I just like saying that because it sounds really cool. And it sounds like I'm swearing, but I'm not. Good. So finding that foot to core, coming into that left leg, and we're going to bring that leg up. So again, you can come from here with this, okay? So holding here, holding the knee, holding the foot, holding the toe, whatever's part of your practice tonight. Feel free using the strap, which can be under the foot, and you can extend it or you can bring it up. Using the wall, using a chair. Totally up to you. Now coming into this expression. Pressing down with that standing leg, moving the energy in towards the midline, holding through that core, shoulders are down and back. Exhale it out. Inhale, moving it out to the side, whatever that is for you. It may only be a millimeter, it may be a lot. Either way, it's good. My right ankle is being weak tonight. And then we're going to inhale, bring it back to center. Now we're going to step this leg back about 3 feet. We're on our railroad ties, okay? Toes are pointing forward. And again, coming into our pyramid pose, so hands can be clasping the wrists, or the elbows, or coming into your reverse prayer. Inhale, nice and tall and long. Exhale, moving forward, connecting through that core, keeping that long back, just like in our halfway lift back. Shoulders are back, elbows are back. Crown of the head's reaching forward. Feet are moving away, but the inside lines of the legs are magnetizing together. And now exhale, if it's available, bringing the chest closer to the tops of the thighs. The gaze comes back between the legs. The crown of the head is reaching for the mat, reaching for that toe. Inhale, exhale it out. Awesome dog, ladies. We're going to inhale, coming up just halfway. Exhale, stay here. Bring the hands onto the thigh, onto the waist, onto the hips. And now inhale, pressing in with both feet, coming up. And we're going to turn to the long side of our mat again. Bring our feet just a little bit wide. Toes are going to come out. Heels in as we come into goddess pose. So shoulders are round and down. Arms are up, active through the back and together. We're going to squat, Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, staying engaged to that core. Exhale out. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bring it down. We're going to hold. So maybe that's here for you, maybe it's a little bit lower. Holding here. Elbows are up, strong through that back. Now we're going to take this. We're going to twist to the right. Exhale it out. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. To the right. Back to center. Back here. Back to center. Inhale, come out just a little bit. Exhale, sink it down just a little bit. I can't hear you. La, la, la. Inhale, bring it up nice and strong. Exhale, bringing it down. I'm going to heel toe those feet to come together. Take it nice and long and deep, coming up. Reach, 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 reach it up. Exhale, bring it back down. We're going to come through one more vinyasa. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, letting yourself cascade forward into your forward fold. Inhale, the strength of your halfway lift. Hands down. Press back into your plank. So you can come knees down, lower to the belly, lower to the chest, or lower chaturanga. Come all the way down. Come up, baby cobra, or your up dog, whatever is working for you tonight. And then press back, down dog. Lengthen it out. Inhale, maybe you want to walk your dog right now. Maybe you want to just do some knee bends here. All good. Exhale it out. And now we're slowly going to lower our knees down to the mat. Okay? And we are going to walk our knees towards our hands, crossing at the ankles so the knees are a little bit wider, and rolling our hips over those crossed ankles. So we come forward and through, and we're now in our Dandasana. So Tadasana is when we're in mountain pose. Dandasana is when we're in our seated pose. So we're very, very active in this pose. Active through the core, so we're sitting up to the sit bones, long through the back, crown of the head's reaching up, and our legs are active. So knees aren't locked, but our thighs are definitely engaged, okay? To the point where you may even notice that your heels come up off the floor. If they do, great. If they don't, great. So, but Tadasana is even active through our arms. So it looks really easy, but we're really, really engaged to this pose. So bring your hands on either side of your hips and pressing in. We're actually active through those arms. Shoulders are open, chest is open, shoulder blades are engaged and down. And now I want everybody to just kind of take an awareness and connection through the neck and bring it back. So it's like your ears are aligned over your shoulders. Pressing down, engage through those legs, engage through the core, the pelvic floor, the ribs, everything is on, and you're breathing. Feeling it through the biceps, the triceps, the shoulders. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale to soften it just a little bit. Now here again, you can use a strap if you like, because we're going to come into a forward fold. So if you like, you can bend your knees and just bring that strap underneath, still staying in this long pose. And then gently hinging from the hips, so not arching the back, coming forward. Or you can simply use your hands to come forward, softening through the knees. There's two ways you can actually do your forward fold. Really bent knees, and it's going to allow you to stretch through the back. Or soft knees, so not locked, but soft, and that's going to bring the length into your hamstring, the awareness. So I invite you to test that out with your body. Maybe you're going to move between the two while we're here in our breaths. I'm going to invite you to challenge yourself. Don't take the easy route out. My hamstrings always feel it here. So inhaling long. See the crown of the head's reaching forward. Maybe you grasp the undersides of your feet here. If your gaze looks down between the knees, maybe you're up here. And that's good too. Listening to your body is the key part of this. Exhale it out. Now we're going to inhale and come halfway out of this pose, just halfway. Give the body a moment to reset. Exhale here. Inhale, walking it all the way up. So we come back to seated. I'm taking, this is, my left leg is going to stay long. My right leg is what's going to bend. So this right leg is coming in, almost like in tree pose. And I am centering my shoulders, squaring them over this leg. So again, you can use this strap to bring yourself into a forward fold over this longer leg. And again, soft, soft, soft knee, or lengthen it out. Just using your hands if you like. You can even bring your hands behind you to tent it forward if that feels better. Play with it. But staying with that breath, staying with that connection to your core, so that it's a hinge here and not that we're rounding to the back, that's bringing the chest forward, but we're coming like this, okay? And reaching the crown of the head towards the foot, towards the front of the room, whatever that angle is for you. We're going to inhale here, exhale it out, your full expression, Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, walking the hands up just halfway. Exhale it out. Bringing it up. Now bringing the hand to the underside of that leg, letting it lengthen out. Maybe shaking it out one side or the other. And coming to the other side. Now again for myself, and this is my left leg, okay, so my right leg is long here. My left hip does not maneuver the same way as my right hip does, so I block this because otherwise this leg is like really, there's a lot of distance. So I block this just for the support. Keeping this foot engaged and long, okay, and using your strap if that feels like a good idea, allowing that to happen. Now the other thing I do with this side is I still encourage the hip opening here. Is it supported? So it's another way to just add that in this pose. If that's available to you, or you have the same type of situation, feel free to play with that. It may be enough just for you to be here. This may be enough just for you to be here with this. All good. Exhale it out. Again, reaching that crown of the head towards the front of the room, engaging through that core to find that folding forward over that extended leg. Feeling the lengthening through the sides of the body. Pressing in through, even to your sit bones. Feeling that stability, that balance. Exhale it out. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale here. Now inhale to come all the way up, bringing that hand underneath that knee, allowing it to come out. Rotating through as we come through into our seated twists. So this will be your right leg. Left leg is going to cross over, okay? Making sure you're sitting evenly on both your sit bones, okay? So again, we're sitting upright, not here. When we do this, we end up sitting on our tailbone. It doesn't like that. So we want to sit up on the bones that we sit upon. And be up nice and tall, okay? So again, staying with that core engagement, so you can use your tented fingers to get yourself in that nice tall position, but we're not going to use them tonight to hold us there. We're going to use our core. So left leg crossed over the right leg. I'm going to reach that right arm all the way forward, all the way, reach, holding that core in, squeezing this in to facilitate that rotation through the mid-back. Left arm is going to swing out all the way. Maybe you want to look forward towards your foot that's flexed. Maybe you want to just look to the side. Maybe you want to add that so that you're actually looking back, giving yourself a wave, reaching through here. But we're also reaching long and tall through the spine, like you've got that rope that's just pulling you up towards the center, and that core that's holding you in like a nice, really well-manufactured corset. And finding that breath. Connecting with that breath as it moves through your body. And your body moves with that breath. Exhale that out, bringing that left arm back forward, facilitating that leg to come long, shaking it out. And now let's take that to the opposite side. So right leg is going to cross over the left, tenting your fingers to come into that nice, strong, balanced pose between those sit bones. And we're going to reach that arm out to grab through, taking that right arm to come all the way back. And again, using your gaze, you can look forward towards the front of your mat, look to the side, looking all the way back, you can wave. Using your core to facilitate that rotation, that twist through the spine, that wringing out through your abdomen. And as we bring that out through our abdomen by twisting, taking those long, full, deep exhales is like on a whole other level of a detox. Letting everything be wrung out of the lungs, liver, spleen, all of it. Giving movement to that spine. Getting out of that attitude. Now inhale, nice and long. Exhale to come back forward. Allowing that leg to come uncrossed. Coming through the front of your mat again. We're going to bring our soles of our feet together. Now you can keep this wide, a wide diamond, or you can bring it closer in towards your pelvis, whatever works for you. You can hold both feet together in your hands, or you can allow the pinky toe sides of your feet to come together and then like spread them apart like a book. The only thing you're not allowed to do is hold onto your toes. You can't, that's a no-no. Don't do that. They don't like that. So bring the elbows in nice and close to the body, sitting up nice and long and tall. And maybe you want to exhale, lean forward, and your elbows kind of rest on the insides of your thighs. But we stay connected, deeply connected with that inner thigh, with the inner core. Allowing the hips to maybe open just a little bit more. Inhale, exhale it out. And strength of your core, the support, a deep inner support. That's all you. So many times we want someone else to be there to support us, to do things for us because we're givers. That is the shadow side of being a caregiver. We wait for someone else to take care of us just as well, because we do such a good job of caregiving. The truth of the matter is, you're the best person to take care and nurture you, because you know you better than anyone. And you're a constant resource to yourself. Inhale, exhale that out. Just gently, slowly coming back up. Bring the hands to the outside of the thighs and allowing your feet to come back up flat on your mat. And leaning back onto your hands. And we're gently going to move that left leg into center and the right leg into center. Just to counterbalance the external rotations with just a little bit of internal. Just really gentle here as we're coming into our warm down as we slowly make our way towards our integrated pose of Shavasana. Letting it out. And now really slowly, I invite you to come down onto your forearms. I call this beach pose. Maybe it's going to catch on, I don't know, because this is how I would hang out at the beach when I was a teenager, so you could see everybody. And now slowly we're going to move our arms long on the mat to come all the way down. Bringing the knees in towards your chest. Maybe just a little side to side movement. A little bit of love here. Moving it to the right side and to the left. And then slowly and very, very gently allowing the knees to come together and twist over to the left side of your mat. Letting the right hip come up, the knees stack. Maybe that left hand's on the outside of the right leg. Maybe that right arm is reaching out long as a T. Or maybe you want it to reach out long behind you towards the back of your head, the back of your mat. Starting to close your eyes and settle your gaze. Again, as we come to this warm down, slowly start to unwind. Feeling the effects of your practice tonight. Exhale it out, bring those arms back in, slowly moving the knees back to center, bring the knees in towards the chest, and allowing the knees to gently move over to the opposite side. Right hand on top of the left thigh. Left arm reaches out long as a T, or maybe long behind your head. If you want to deepen this, you can even take that top leg and extend it long if you want to do that. Or you can just bend the knees closer towards your chest, or bend them farther away from your chest, depending on how deep you want to go. Just different sensations in all of those different variations. Play with it. Bringing those hands to come back through to the belly, and coming on to your back one more time, and bringing your knees into your chest. And now from here, I invite you to take your hands and just slowly kind of walk your hips side to side so that your hands palm down, come underneath your hips. Your knees are still into your chest, your shoulders are relaxed, chest is open. And very gently, and this may be enough for you tonight as far as a gentle inversion goes. Very gently, we're going to lift up the left leg, and then lift up the right leg. And maybe you're just going to swing from side to side. Not a big swing, it's really small. You come into just this very gentle inversion. This is good for lymphatic drainage, good for blood circulation. It's good just to feel weightless in through our feet and our ankles and our hips. It'll reset through the femur into your hip sockets. Legs up the wall even. This is another variation of this. It's a very gentle and calming, relaxing pose. It brings us into our parasympathetic system. And allows us to just take a nice, really long, slow inhale and exhale. Just hold this here. And if you're swaying, maybe just bring it back to center and stillness. Slowly bringing those knees to come back down. Moving one hand and then the other hand out to come and just grab the fronts of the shins as you hold those knees in together. And now gently extending one leg and then the other leg onto your mat. And moving both feet towards the bottom left corner of your mat. And then stretching the arms out long behind you. And using the left hand to grab onto the right wrist, moving the torso towards the upper left corner of the mat. Crossing the right leg over the left ankle as we come into Bananasana. Lengthening out to that right side of the body. Deepening, connecting just the natural and organic flow of your breath. Noticing your core now, just integrating through the work we gave it tonight. Exhaling, and as you inhale now, moving through to center, coming long in the center of your mat. Exhale it out. Now moving the legs to the bottom right corner of the mat. Allow your right hand to grasp the left wrist, moving it to the upper right corner of your mat. And crossing the left ankle over the right. Bananasana on the opposite side. Very gentle lengthening here. Using the breath to open through the rib cage on the left side. Allowing the shoulders to soften. The hips to soften. Anywhere you feel is a place that you use a little more attention to soften, please send it there. Exhaling it out. You're inhaling, coming back to center, lengthening on your mat one more time. Exhale it out, softening. And if there's any final movements that you would like to take tonight, Before you come into Shavasana, please do so. If you'd like to grab a bolster or your blanket as you move into this integrated pose. Please feel free to do that now. Become long on your mat, maybe covering yourself with a blanket. Or maybe you'd like to be on your side in fetal position, or laying on your belly. Whatever works for you as a way to integrate tonight. Please feel free to do that. Allowing your palms to come along beside you. Feeling a newness and an openness to your body that, although it wasn't evident to you an hour ago, was definitely present with you. Your practice, your commitment to yourself, your self-compassion on your mat to yourself tonight just unfolded that space, unfolded that open-heartedness, unfolded the strength and the support that only you can bring to yourself. Settling in with your breath, allow it to flow wherever it needs to be to facilitate you integrating tonight. Your poses with your body, through your mind, as your breath weaves it all together. I share with you tonight a devotion that was written by a Buddhist monk by the name of Pema Chodron. Patience is the antidote. It is the antidote to anger. It is a way to learn to love and care for whatever we meet on this path. By patience, we do not mean endurance, as in grin and bear it. In any situation, instead of reacting suddenly, we could chew it. We could smell it. We could look at it and open ourselves to seeing what's really there. The opposite of patience is aggression, the desire to jump and move, to push against our lives, to try to fill up space. The journey of patience involves relaxing, opening to what's happening, to experiencing a sense of wonder. When you are ready, gently inviting movement into your feet, into your knees, into your hips. As you gently fold your hips up to bring your feet flat and your knees bent on your mat. Bring your knees together, allowing your hips to twist and roll. Your upper body to roll onto its right side. As you cradle the side of your head with your right arm. And using your left hand to press into the mat in front of you and gently bring you up into a comfortable seated position for yourself. Once you are here, bring our hands gently onto the fronts of our thighs. Gently inhaling as we raise our arms up, looking up towards our hands. Exhaling it out. Taking that inhale, reaching through the arms. Exhaling it out. And as we take this final inhale on our exhale, I invite you to join me in a final Om. Inhaling it up, reaching up. Thank you for joining me here tonight, ladies, for sharing your wonderful presence. Even though I can't see your smiles, I feel them. From my heart to yours. Namaste.